Hey, welcome back everybody. We're going up to the castle here because I forgot I have to go talk to my father first before I can do some of these side quests. So that's what we're going to do. After we do that, there'll be 2 more missions that won't be on camera because we've already done them. And that'll be going to rescue the other Abuna, the one that is the father of the 4 daughters, the 4 females that I keep talking about.
Sir, the enemy approaches.
But that's Denham. What's he doing here?
He's come to kill us. What else?
Impossible. He would never do such a thing.
You mean to suggest he has come to parley? Why does he not approach from the front gates?
You're right. He's not come to talk.
I did not take you for a thief, come to stab us in the back. We will defend the Order with our lives.
This unfortunately is one of the 3 different directions I believe you can go with this. There is the front door, there's the back door, and then there's the path where you can come alone and unarmed. And I believe each one of those routes are specific to themselves. So if you come to the front gate armed or with other people, you have to do that. You come to the back gate regardless if you come unarmed. I believe you have to do this battle. And then if you come to the front gate unarmed and no other people with you, that's the 3rd way in. So, fun. I know, but I'm trying to do... Not that I really care about being a 100% person and 100%ing this game, but it is one of the other directions you can go. So it'll actually unlock another path that I haven't done yet. So I can more complete my timeline map, which I roll my eyes and kind of grimace at this because you can't... The game sets it up, it gives you 3 different paths, so each one of the paths leads to the same outcome, which is you get into the castle, you meet Olivia, you see your father. Okay? The only difference is you get a negative for doing this battle with the I think it's the Bakram, because this is an unnecessary battle that you don't have to do. But for doing 100% of the battles in this game, you do have to do this because it counts as a battle you haven't done yet. Hooray! Recently it's been very cold for May, which is when I'm recording this. There have been years in May where the calendar is flipped from April to May, or not even flipped from April to May. We're in the last week of April and we're about to get into May, and it has gotten so warm that I was not able to have covers on me till October. So that's all of May, all of June, all of July, all of August, most if not all of September. That's 5 months before it started getting cool enough for me to sleep without anything on me. Or rather, it was too hot to sleep with anything on me. That includes sheets, blanket, topper, whatever you want to call it. I mean, blanket's obvious in the summertime. if you've got a blanket on in the summertime, you either run in your house far too cold or you live farther north than I do, I guess. But, which I can verify for a fact because I remember going, and I probably told this story 100 times already. Went to Johnstown for college, my first year anyways. And I remember going up there in the fall and packing shorts, thinking I would have at least a couple weeks of temperatures warm enough to wear shorts. And I put shorts on one day. Wasn't even a whole day. I had to take them off, replace them with long pants. I came home for Labor Day a week or two later. I brought all my shorts back. Right back into my closet, my drawers, whatever. Took all my long pants up to Johnstown with me. Did not need shorts. At all, ever. Johnstown is a little farther north than Pittsburgh. It is definitely in the mountains where there's a lot more wind, so that definitely were big factors to why you would need, or I needed long pants there. I guess I could tell this story. So when I went to Johnstown, I had, I don't know if you want to call him a nut of a roommate, but I had a kind of an odd roommate that always insisted on leaving the window open. So it would be fucking freezing in the middle of the winter and he'd want to open the window. Well, my desk wasn't next to the window, so I said, fine, you do whatever you want to do. Because I didn't want to be a dickhead roommate. And I have to wonder if he wasn't doing that to try to get rid of me. I don't know. Could be he just liked the cold. I didn't mind it because, you know, I was far enough away from the window, it didn't bother me. But looking back on it now, it does seem kind of like a stupid fucking thing to do. Like, I'm not just talking about in August or in September or in October, but I'm talking December, January, February, March. He wanted that window open all day, every day. I just didn't get it. So if he'd go home on a weekend, I'd close the window. And then when he would come, before he'd come back on a Sunday, I'd open it back up. And it wasn't like we would run the heat in the dorm. It was just like you turn the heat off, you open the window, and you dealt with whatever temperature was outside. You know? I don't know. He was a nice guy. I didn't have the best, I don't want to say I didn't have the best relationship. We didn't have a relationship, essentially. We're just roommates, you know? He did his thing, I did my thing, you know? But I wonder if he did that on purpose or not. I don't know. And if we're talking about college, I did make a number of stupid fucking mistakes because, you know, you live and you learn in some cases, which that's fine and dandy, but you got to be willing to make the mistakes to learn from them. And I was too afraid to make mistakes to learn from anything. So, you know, instead of making the mistake, learning from it, or having a friend who made the mistake and learning through him, I didn't encounter the mistake and I didn't learn from it. Because, again, I was too afraid about making mistakes, doing something stupid. And I can tell you now, you know, much older, you know, here are the following mistakes you don't want to make, okay? And if you make them, try to not make these again in the future. But first of all, don't do drugs. If you're gonna do drugs, make sure it's something legal like cigarettes. You know, don't get addicted. If you have an addiction, you have like an addictive personality, don't get into gambling, don't get into alcohol, don't get into drugs. Okay? Okay? right off the bat, those are going to save you a lot of hassle, okay? But this is all so far just between you and you and the Lord, if you will, okay? Number 3, you're going to have sex, wrap it up. I'm not going to tell you not to have sex because heaven knows I know the call of the creature, if you will, and it is unstoppable, you know, in some cases. It's just the need, you know. Okay. Be safe, be smart, don't be stupid, don't put yourself in a situation where you're now papa or mama. Okay? I know it's easier said than done, but if you can avoid there's probably another one I'm not thinking of. Something in the ballpark of like treat others as you want to treat, as you would want to be treated. But a lot of people hate themselves, so they hate other people as well. So I'm not going to say that's true for everybody, but you know, try to treat people nicely as best you can. I know not everyone deserves your kindness, your generosity, etc. because you know they either use it to take advantage of you, such as pity, or they're just being plain out egomaniacs, and they basically think they're the main character of the world, and then nothing else matters other than them. I mean, you're gonna meet those people. I can't solve that issue, okay? But if you can navigate those things. Oh, I guess I'll add one more thing, and this one's more broad. I know, bear with me. Think about what you want to do before you do it, okay? And I say that with a specific college story in mind. There was a kid, I didn't know him, I knew of him only through this story. But he got drunk, or didn't get drunk, or whatever, was being silly, at least. And he decided that he was going to jump up and grab the sprinkler head and pull on it. You know, your sprinkler heads are designed to go off in the case of a fire, okay? So it probably has some amount of, you know, I'm going to stay up here and not break. But if you take a human body, however much that weighs, whether it be, say, 100 pounds or a couple 100 pounds, and you pull on it, sprinkler head's going to come down. Now, depending on what you do after that, depends on how much damage occurs to the dorm room that was there. I don't know how long he waited. All I know is that he had done some damage to the dorm that he was staying in. So much so that the school said, "You are no longer welcome here," and told him to go take a flying fuck. Kicked him out of school. I think his parents sued, but I don't know what happened after that. For me, it seems like a pretty open and shut case. Did you pull on the thing? Yes. Did it flood? Yes. Did you try to stop it? Maybe. Did it cause damage? Yes. Was the school right to kick you out? Probably. So, follow those couple rules, and you'll be pretty good in college. You can make other mistakes if you'd like. I would also suggest going to class. That would be another big one. You're paying for it. You know, every time you fail or have to repeat class, that's just more money you've given to the university for free. That's a suggestion. You don't have, your life doesn't have to be a success by not going. You can not go to class and still succeed. You can not attend class and graduate, or you could not graduate and your life could still be a success. You know, you're certainly not beholden to, say, a child or another person. Yeah, but those would be my suggestions. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. That's okay. You're gonna do things that you think are right. They're wrong. You know, it is what it is. In some cases, there's no right answer to your question. You know, another college story I guess I'll get into later on. I had the ability to either room with a friend
This parley
or
is
room
taking
with a bunch of guys I roomed with previously. If I roomed with my friend, I'd end up in a kind of a crappy dorm room. If I roomed with these other guys that I roomed with previously, I'd end up in a very nice apartment. And I kind of went with the nicer apartment over my friend, and not really a great choice either way. I didn't want to be in the dorm. I chose between the lesser of two evils. All right, now I'm going to get yelled at for fighting that last
This
battle.
castle shelters only the priests and followers of our order. We wish you no harm. Please, leave at once and do not return.
I've come only to talk.
Then why do I hear the cries of the wounded outside our walls?
Leave here! You must leave! This is no place for your kind! Enough!
So I love this. We were just here not that long ago fighting, you know, the holdouts of the Galgastani.
Symbol of the order here.
And now
You
this
wish to
place is a
find
nunnery?
Abuna Pranset? Come this way.
I don't
What did you
understand
say?
the
Abuna
these
Pranset?
like no, you go in, you invade these castles, you knock out
My father
whoever's in charge of them,
I don't
guarding them,
understand.
if you will,
Please,
and
we
then
must
you
hurry.
just leave
There isn't much
and
time.
new fuckers
What do you
move in.
mean?
I don't get it.
The great father Falaha
I mean, I get
calls
it
you
because
inside.
it's a limitation of the game. They didn't want to create another level. They just reused
When he
assets.
discovered
I get
him in
it.
the Corpse Vale near Heim, he lacked even the strength to stand.
What place
So I'm
is
pretty
this
sure the rest
veil?
of this is just going to be
It is a
repeat of
small
what we've already
cavern where
done.
those afflicted with
You're going to go visit
incurable
your dad.
disease
Your dad's going to say,
await
please protect Kashua.
We did all that we
And,
could to save
you know,
him, but his
then he's going to die.
condition only worsens.
Because that's the storyline here. That's how it has to play out.
Dark Knights had a hand in this, didn't
Because we're in
they?
chapter 4. Nothing else changes.
He was tortured, yes, and made to quaff a vile draught meant to loosen the lips.
So we're going to skip the rest of this after she's done talking.
Father,
And then
us go.
next episode we'll be doing a new level.